Hi everybody, today we're going to read Once There Was a Tadpole by Judith Anderson and Mike Gordon. Once there was a tadpole. What do you guys see on the cover of this book? I see a girl and a boy. They might be brother and sister, or they might be classmates. They might be in the same class. And I see that they're looking inside the tank. What do you think this could be? What kind of animal is this? Our title says once there was a tadpole, so maybe this might be a tadpole. What is a tadpole? Let's read and find out. Once there was a tadpole. Springtime is fun. There are many new things to look out for. I look out for frog spawn. The best place to look is in still water, near a pond or riverbank. Frog spawn is a special name for frogs' eggs. So look, this is a boy, I say a boy, a girl, and another boy. Maybe that's your mom. And they're by the water. And it is springtime. So look, the grass is growing in the spring. The grass is starting to grow. The leaves are starting to bloom, so it's spring. And they're by the water. And in the springtime, there are many new things to look out for. I look for frog spawn. So frog spawn is a special name for frogs' eggs. So they're looking for frogs' eggs. So the best place to look is in still water near a pond or riverbank. So the best place to find eggs is near a pond or a riverbank. So pond or riverbank, like this one right here. So this is the best place to find frogs' eggs. So look, do you guys see frog eggs anywhere? Do you guys see the frog spawn? I see frog eggs right over here. I see frog eggs right over here. Right over here. So let's see what they're gonna do. Are they gonna take some frogs' eggs with them? I wonder what they're going to do. Let's see. Each egg has a ball of jelly on the outside to protect it. The eggs stick together. If they didn't, they wouldn't last very long. So look, these are the frog spawn. These are the frog eggs. So each egg has a ball of jelly on it on the outside. So each one has a ball of jelly on the outside. So look, it has a ball of jelly on the outside. And the eggs stick together. So the eggs are sticking together. The eggs are, look how they're stuck together. There's so many eggs. I can't even count how many there are. But they're all stuck together. And they stick together they stick together for protection. And if they didn't, they wouldn't last very long. Look, I see one egg right over here. It fell. It drifted away from the group. And look, I see a fish. It says, "Oh, dinner." Uh-oh. I think that fish might be eating that egg. Uh-oh. Let's see what happens. Let's see what the boy and the girl and the kids do. I wonder what the kids are going to do with all the frog eggs. Let's see what happens. My sister wants to take a little bit of frog spawn home. But we don't take it from the river. We take it from our friend's backyard pond. We just a few eggs and lots of pond water. So look, these are the eggs, the frog spawn. So his sister wants to take a bit of frog spawn home. So the sister wants to take some of these eggs home. So we don't take it from the river. We take it from our friend's backyard pond. So they have a friend who has a backyard pond. And they're taking some of the eggs. And look, they have a jar and they put the eggs inside the jar. So now they're gonna take the eggs home. What's gonna happen to the eggs? Are the eggs gonna grow? What's gonna come out of the eggs? Let's see what happens. How are these eggs gonna transform? Let's see what happens. After a few days, we see a change. Each dot gets bigger and grows a little tail. It wiggles its tail very hard to push its way out of the jelly. It eats some of the jelly too. The dot has become a tadpole. At first, the tadpole is just like a fish. It breathes underwater through little slits called gills. Yippee! So look, a few days, we see some changes. Each dot gets bigger and grows a tail. So each dot gets bigger and grows a tail. So look, each dot is getting bigger and each dot is growing a tail. And it wiggles its tail very hard to push its way out of the jelly. So look, it's wiggling to push out of the jelly, and sometimes it eats the jelly to come out. So look, now they're out of the jelly. Look, the dots, those dots that grew are out and into the water. So the dot has become a tadpole. At first, the tadpole is just like a fish. It breathes underwater through little slits called gills. So the tadpole at first is like a fish. It breathes underwater. So it breathes underwater like a fish. A fish breathes through its gills. A fish has lines called gills. So a fish has gills, so it helps it breathe. If a fish didn't have gills, it wouldn't be able to breathe. So now a tadpole, this is a tadpole, and it has gills and it could breathe underwater. Let's see what else happens. But after 2 or 3 weeks, its gills disappear. Eventually, the tadpole must swim to the surface to breathe in air, just like we do. So look, so after 2 or 3 weeks, the tadpole transforms. Changes are starting to happen on him. So the gills disappear. So the gills, after 2 or 3 weeks, the gills go away. So there's no more gills. So the gills are starting to go away. So now the tadpole has to come to the surface of the water. It has to go up. It has to come up from underwater to breathe, because now it doesn't have gills. So now the tadpole is unable to breathe underwater. Just like us, we can't stay underwater for a long time. We have to come up so we can breathe. Tadpoles need to eat in order to grow. They use their tiny lips and teeth to nibble on plants in the water. They need plenty of food. They also need clean water, warmth, and shade. So look, these are the tadpoles. So tadpoles need to eat in order to grow. So they need to eat in order to grow, just like us. We need food, so do the tadpoles. So the tadpoles use their teeny lips and teeth. So tadpoles have tiny lips and teeth, and they nibble on plants. Look, they nibble on plants. They nibble on plants. Underwater, they're nibbling on plants. And look, they get plenty of food. They get plenty of food. They also get clean water, warmth, and shade. So they need plenty of water. So look, the boy's carrying a bucket. So I think he's gonna change the water in the tank. You have to change the water in the tank. They need warmth, they need shade. So look, they're under the tree for shade and to keep warm. So I wonder what other changes are gonna happen to the tadpole. Let's see. When the tadpole's body is the size of a fat pea, 2 bumps appear on its sides. Soon these bumps grow into back legs. Then 2 more bumps appear. Guess what these will grow into? Front legs. I'm so clever. So look, this is a tadpole. So look, the tadpole's body, when it becomes as fat as a pea, 2 bumps appear. So 2 bumps begin to appear on the sides of the tadpole. And these grow into back legs. So now the tadpole has back legs. Before, the tadpole didn't have back legs. So it had gills, now the gills went away. So now it gets back legs and front legs. So now the tadpole has back legs and front legs. I wonder what other changes are gonna happen to the tadpole. Let's see. Now the tadpole is changing quickly. First, its tail gets shorter, its eyes start to bulge, and its mouth gets wider. It starts to eat insects and little worms. Tasty. So more changes are starting to happen to the tadpole. First, its tail gets shorter, so the tail gets shorter. Its eyes get bigger and its mouth gets wider. So its mouth gets wider and its eyes get bigger. And the tail is starting to disappear. And it starts to eat insects and little worms. So it's starting to eat insects and little worms. What animal do you think this could be? What animal is the tadpole transforming into? What animal do you think this is? What animal do you think this is? Let's see. 12 weeks after hatching, the tadpole's tail has vanished altogether. It looks like a little frog. Now it is called a froglet. So look, 12 weeks later, after it hatched, the tadpole's tail vanished. So now the tadpole doesn't have a tail anymore. And it looks like a little frog. Look, it looks like a frog. So I think the boy's gonna put the frog into the water. It's gonna put the frog into the water. Let's see. The froglet begins to climb out of the water and spend time on dry land. After about 3 years, it has finished growing. Now it is an adult frog. So look, now it's no longer underwater. Look, it's using its legs to jump high, to catch insects with its tongue. Look how long its tongue is, and it's catching insects. So in about 3 years, it finishes growing, and now it's an adult frog. So look, now that it no longer has a tail, it doesn't have gills. So now the frog it does not go underwater anymore. So look, and it grew legs because it uses the front legs and back legs to jump super high. Let's see. The female frog lays her eggs in a safe place in the water, and then male frogs fertilize them. So look, the female frog lays its eggs in the water. So look, I see more eggs. I see more frogs spawn. I wonder, are they gonna take more frog eggs? Let's see what happens. Next spring, we'll go looking for frog spawn again, and the frog spawn will hatch into tadpoles again, and the tadpoles will change into frogs again. It's a life cycle, a life story that goes around and around over and over again. So look, now next spring, it's next spring, so now they're looking for frog spawn again. So I think they want to go get some more frog eggs. So look, it's a cycle that keeps continuing. So look, the frog eggs, then they hatch, they turn into tadpoles, and then it turns into a frog. So first it's a tadpole, it has a long leg, a long tail with gills, then the gills go away, the tail shrinks, and then the tadpole has front legs, back legs, and it uses them to jump, and it turns into a frog. The end.